Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Purple Talks with your host, Maria. And today I'm here to speak about growing up in the African household. And this is a very controversial discussion. And a lot of people have different opinions, different experiences. But I'm going to talk about my experiences. But again, I feel like all of us have something in common. You might be watching this and never grew up in an African household, but I also feel like there's some things you can relate to because some things is just things that we all grew up doing, and some things like some people experience, you did not experience, you experienced, I didn't experience, and that's okay. A lot of people grew up in like toxic African households, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. Let's have a little moment of silence for that. Boom. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I feel like everybody that grew up in an African household, first of all, you grew up in church. I know there are Muslims, they're different like religions and stuff like that, but for the people I can relate to, and from my experience, the people that I know, baby, we grew up in church. So every Sunday, gotta go to church, gotta pray to God, whether you like it or not, is what they used to say. Whether you like it, like you do not pay the bills, you don't. You're a child, you're going to church. So definitely, you could not choose your religion at all. So we all grew up in church. Some of us even was singing in choir. Baby, I grew up singing in choir, literally my whole life, and I still do it to this day. Like back at home, I sing in church. I like it though. Like back then, I feel like I was a little forced, but then I grew to like it, and I appreciate my mom for doing that. So, oh my gosh, growing up in church every Sunday. Okay, we never used to do the little, because I know here people be like, I used to go to church on like Wednesday, like Wednesday night, da da da. I never really experienced that. We used to really have church Sunday and Saturday is really when I remember. So yeah, going to church on Sunday. No, no, nothing. No, I have this going on. I have that. No. Sunday's the Lord's Day. Everybody wake up in the morning and go to church. They would dress so cute. Like, I feel like everybody experienced it. I'm sorry. Like, if you're watching this, I know you experienced it. We know how church was. Like, good time. Oh, another thing though. Like, when I used to go to church, I used to fall asleep in church, and that was so bad. Like, now that I look back at it, it was like, oof, girl, like, what's going on? But I used to fall asleep in church, and that sleep used to hit. But as a kid, I'm getting enough sleep. So it's like, that's the devil. Maybe that's the devil. I'm sorry. Like, why are you falling asleep in church like that? It just used to sound like the pastor is boring. And I never used to understand what he's talking about. But now, maybe that word hits different. Like, what are you saying? Clap. That's the word. I know that's why all of that. Like, but back then I used to fall asleep in church. And I be thinking about that a lot. I'm like, dang, girl, what was going on? But yeah. Yeah, we always used to go to church, and I used to sleep at church, and that used to be the good old times. But I like it right now though. Like, speaking of falling asleep in church, we used to be told to sleep during the daytime, and I hated it. But now I just wish I could take a little nap here and there. That's also something that a lot of people experience. We used to get told to sleep, bro, during the daytime because our brain needs extra rest. But like now we can't even do it, and we wish we could like go back. So really enjoy every moment because you're gonna look back and be like, I wish I had that type of freedom. I wish I had that going on. I wish I could take a nap. Now we're adults and we want to take naps and stuff like that. Okay, one of my other things about growing up in an African household, chores were literally for the kids. Bro, literally my bestie, I remember this one time, like when I first started getting to know her, she was like, she had days to do the dishes and her mom would do the dishes the other day. That was never a thing for us. If your mom has kids, the kids do the chores. Like, there is no say on that. And that's like, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Let me think. Would I do that with my kids? No, I'll be doing the chores. Like, literally, they feel like if they have kids, they have servants. Okay, like, what did I birth you for? Like, I gave birth to you for you to, like, help me, which is okay. Like, we have to be our parents' helpers. But, bro, I do the dishes every day. I mop every day. Cooking, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't never really a thing for me. Like, I cook now, but, like, back then, first of all, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I grew up with a maid. So, like, they used to really do a lot of my chores. But I'm talking about generally. Africans really love their kids to do all the chores. The parents could cook, but I mean the mom could cook, but like the kids really do all the chores. So that's a big thing, and it's just a lot. Like, bro, I'm your servant. It really sounds bad though. Like, if you hear a person say, "Yeah, I gave birth to you guys so you guys could help me. I gave birth to you guys so you guys could," like, dang, you did not give birth to me out of love. but it's okay. Now it's okay. I look back and it's like it's fine. I could do the chores, and it taught me. Like now I know how to take care of the house. Maybe I could be a wife. I know how to clean. I know how to cook. I know how to, take care of the house. And me growing up as the only girl though, that was a little rough because I was basically the mother. Like I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I do that now. Cook, clean, and take care of the household. Like my mom still says this to this day. But also another thing, my mom was really cool. Like my mom is really cool. Like she's a little different when it comes to like being an African parent. She is one, but she's different. She's more lenient, understanding. Like with African parents, you can't tell them you have a boyfriend, baby. It's over. You can't tell them I have a partner, I have this. Like if you're not ready to get married or at that age that you're supposed to be getting married, like you're not saying nothing about boyfriend or girlfriend. When I told my mom, I was actually a little scared, but she was really cool, a little cool with it. But like, of course, they're scared. What if you get pregnant? What if that happens? Like, they have reasons to be scared because maybe people be out here walling. People be out here doing some crazy things in relationships, and you're not even going to end up with that person. Now you have crazy soul ties with somebody. So I see it, and I feel like it's changed my perspective on it and my mindset. Like when I have kids, that's a good question actually to ask. When do you think your kids could have like a partner? Because I don't think I'm playing that. I don't want to hear nothing about that for a while. Like, I'm sorry. With past experiences and the things I've went through, like, I don't want to hear my kid going through it. I don't want to see my kid crying about heartbreaks and different things they're going through at 14, at 15, at 16, 17 even. You're young. Even 18, you're young, bro. 19, you're young. I'm sorry. Like, it's just so sad. Like, we have our whole life to live, and you're over here worried about a heartbreak or like, oh my gosh, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. Kids are actually going through this. I went through it, and it's given. I told you, and now look where you end up. So it's like it's so sad, and I don't want none of my kids to go through that. I don't want people that I know to really go through that. Like you could really wait. You could really wait. It is possible for you to go through a heartbreak later in the years, but I still feel like it's crazy to be going through it at a young age. You still got school and stuff like that to be worried about. So why are you over here? And the thing about an African household too, you'll be going through a heartbreak, like you'll be in your room crying. You'll be in your room crying, and then somebody's knocking on your door. Mariette, come do the dishes. Bro, like I'm going through, like my heart is hurting. And then you're calling me to do the dishes. They don't care. They really do not care. And then they say as a little kid or whoever, whatever age you're in, like I feel like until you're married, it's like you're not supposed to have stress. It's literally what they say. Like the other day, me and my mom was speaking, and my brother, and we are talking about a situation with somebody acting out. They started doing some crazy things. I'm not really gonna put out there, but my mom gonna say, as a young child, why do you have stress? The boy's 19. What do you mean? Why do you have stress, bro? It's life. Like this is America. We go through things. We go through a lot of things. Well, of course, it's a lot of mental issues and stuff like that that we go through at school, anxiety or whatever. So people do be having their own stress, but they don't see it. It's just giving your bills are taken care of. Your phone is paid. You have a TV at home. You have everything you want. Why are you stressed? So they don't really understand stress. If you're an African child watching this and you still don't comprehend how your parents don't understand it, I don't know what they grew up doing. They probably just grew up, everything was smooth, like they had to walk miles, like they always say. And what else did they do? I don't know. Walk miles and go to school and come back and cook and eat. And that was it. Play in the bushes and the farms. And I don't know what they did, but I think that was it. So I feel like they did not have stress and they don't understand it. And I'm not going to lie. Me growing up in Africa, it was less stressful than here. So with them growing up in Africa, it is less stressful. When you come here, you get more sensitive. When you come here, it's a lot of things happening mentally. But there was a lot of things happening more physically, is the way I thought I explain it. Because if I'm hungry and I get food, like my problem is solved. But here, oh my gosh, and social media being in the picture, that's also another type of stress that people did not have to deal with, or at least I did not have to deal with when I was there, because I barely even had a phone, barely had Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot more stress in America than it is in Africa. Next point, getting whooped. I never really got whooped by my parents, because one, I was a daddy's girl, so my dad used to just yell at my brothers and they'll get straight. But like my mom never really whooped me, never whooped me. My dad never whooped me too at all. But whooping is a form of discipline that parents tend to, African parents specifically, I know even black parents, I'm not gonna lie, but they tend to implement in order to get their kids straightened out. But I feel like that it's a really tricky one. I don't know if I want to. I don't think I want to whoop my kids. Like I feel like you could tell them in a better way. But sometimes kids don't listen, and even the Bible says something about whooping kids. I don't remember the verse specifically, but it do. So yeah, whooping kids was something that a lot of African kids had to go through, and it was traumatizing because you could get whooped for the slightest thing. You could get whooped for going outside on a day when you wasn't supposed to go outside. Don't ask me how, what, or where, but I've seen it. You could get whooped for small things, bro. Like I really wish I was speaking to an African because I feel like there's a lot of things that they went through that I didn't go through. Like I said, my mom is different. My mom is like more chill. My mom is really lenient when it comes to a lot of things, and she's a cool mom sometimes, but she's still African, so of course she has it in her. Yeah, but whooping kids, I feel bad for the people that had to go through that. It's nothing I could relate to, but yeah, yeah. Next, ah, school. When it came to school, bro, school is like the most important thing to an African parent. And then they want everyone to become a doctor. They want everyone to become a lawyer. So either a doctor or a lawyer or it's something else. I feel like there's like another one. Like those two, it's really doctor and lawyer. Like you have to be one of those. Those are the top two professions in an African household that are like, okay, you went to school, you got a good job, and yeah, you turned out right. Like school, non-negotiable. Non-negotiable, bro. First of all, we used to get whooped at school. So that's the only time where it's like belt to butt. But school is really important in the African household. Those grades gotta look right. Baby, if you're getting somewhere to sleep, you need to be doing your schoolwork. You need to come back home and do your school homework and have good grades. And we used to pay for school fees. So of course I see it. I'm starting to see it, bro. Because if I'm paying for your school and you're failing, what explains that? But now it's like in America, we don't pay for high school, so it's like even if you fail, okay, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, if I'm not paying for your school, I feel like it's a little like I care a little less. But they still care about school here. I'm not gonna lie. School is really important for everyone. But the way I feel like they used to drag it a little bit. They really used to. But it made us the people that we are today. So yeah, here we are getting some good grades now. But school was a non-negotiable. I still feel like it is. Like people do not play about school. African parents with school, bro. It's like that's oh my gosh, they literally birthed you to go to school. I mean, they do want you to get them out the hood. They do want you to have a good life and be able to support them, which a lot of people grow up and just think it's just me. And we need to change our mindset when it comes to that as um kids as well. Like when we grow up, let's really care for our parents because they went through a lot. They did a lot for us, and we might not see it like that's just like you're my parent. Of course, you have to do that. No, they don't. There are some parents that we've seen get out of their kids' lives, but they chose to like bear that stress and bear everything that they had to bear in order to have us raised right, have food on our table, go to school, and all these different things. So let's really support our parents when we grow up and not just be about us and our kids and our life. And care about your mama, care about your dad, care about the people that really supported you growing up and raising you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Another topic I want to talk about is being a woman in the African household. There's this saying, really Congolese people, they love to say, they say it in Swahili, but I'm going to translate it. As a woman, you're not really supposed to be outside. Like a girl's or woman's role is to really be in the house. So when you want to like make plans with your friends and be outside, no, it's like you're not really supposed to be outside like that. And a lot of girls, it's like if you make plans, like you have like 3 outings in 1 week, they'll be like, dang, like that's a lot of plans. Like a woman's not really supposed to be outside. You're supposed to be at home, cooking, cleaning, doing all these things. But it's so crazy to me. It's just insane. It's just like, dang, like I can't have freedom. But Like I said, my mom is really cool, and I could do that. I travel. A lot of people can't even travel because of that. It's so sad, bro. Like, this is the thing. African parents have like that mindset of like back in the days of like slavery, where like men, or colonization, or whatever you want to call it, where men are the ones that are like going outside and hunting and getting whatever, and women stay at home and cook and clean, and that's really their mindset. So when they say you can't really be outside, you're supposed to be at home cleaning, cooking, doing women duty. It's so crazy. It's like, bro, the world has evolved. Let's go outside. Let's do different things. But they always say that. They really always say that. But be out there. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing the world. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing what creations and beautiful creations that the Lord has, except if you're out there wilding. I really feel like they're trying to protect us, and I see it because even with like traveling and different things, traveling as a female is really different than traveling as a male. So they're really trying to protect us, but they're also limiting us, is my opinion. So yeah, that's that. And also submission. Like as a woman, you have to submit. Rah, rah. It's true. I see it. I see it, but I feel like I also have my views when it comes to that. There's like different levels of submission. There is submission where it's like you don't have a say at all. There's submission where it's like, okay, you hear me out. Like I feel like even like relationships and marriages and stuff, like there you gotta have an understanding, you gotta have respect for each other. I can't just be the one respecting you, you don't respect me. Maybe what is that? But I see submission, and I really feel like there's gender roles, and there are things that women have to do, and there are things that men have to do. Sorry, I'm old school, so and I like it like that. So yeah, when it comes to submission, there's some things that I'm like, okay, no, you're not gonna let him talk to you like that. And there's some things that's like, all right, bro, like I feel like you should have listened to a girl. I'm like, I feel like you should have listened. That's your man, bro. You know. So let a man be a man and be a leader. Because how you want a man to be a leader, but then you want to do the man's role as well. Like, how do you want the man to take care of you, but again you want to do his duties? So let a man be a man. That's all I gotta say. And also another thing is, let's live our life, because if you're so limited to a lot of different things, it's gonna limit you, and then you're gonna be like, dang, I wish I would have done that. Don't disrespect your parents. Like I feel like we need to get to a level where it's like we're able to communicate with them. I'm at a place where I feel like I'm able to speak to my mom about a lot of things because of the way she raised me. She raised me where it's like she could put me to the side or in my room and talk to me about things about being a girl, or like different things. Like my mom really sees her kids as her best friend, and I really like that for her. It's like, oh, I don't know if I feel like that, but yeah. Yeah, it's like she really sees her kids as her best friend, and it's so cute. Like as years are like going, I feel like I'm getting closer and closer and like understanding her. Because the crazy thing is, we're about to be the next African parents, and although we complain, oh my gosh, African parents this, African parents that, we're gonna be the next ones. So we just need to choose how we want to raise our kids, and we need to choose how we want to go about everything. I feel like this is a very, very big topic, and there's a lot more things to talk about. And I would really want to continue speaking about this topic maybe another day in a different episode, maybe by myself or with somebody else. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys comment down below what else I didn't talk about and what else you guys would want to hear me speak on. And we will go from there. I love you and thank you for tuning in. Bye.